This is Inkredible. It's a good digital writing app to have your kids in elementary school and to practice their writing, and children in junior high and so on with writing, and a way to practice their math and so on. Without having paper and pencil always handy. You can use the Apple Pencil or a generic one, because I'm on the iPad. And the top left hand corner, you'll see the hand icon with the pencil. You can switch it back and forth. This one here with the two fingers, you can enlarge the space of the lines, or just use it for writing. I always prefer this one here, but the option will be yours. Below, you got that pencil. If you hold it down, you see the button right now is green, which would say revert to pen after use. Right now it's off when it's white and on when it's green. Below that, the line for the eraser, you can erase in small amounts or increase it to erase large amounts of whatever it was you were writing. You have to adjust according to what your needs are. As you can see, because it had reverted, it went back to pencil. And over here, you could choose your colors. And at the bottom where it says outline, it's off right now. And if you turn it on, it'll turn green. And it will draw the outline of whatever it is you want to do. You can see the letter D is just the outline. And you click back, you switch it off, and write dot again. As you can see, you can do it in various colors, either or. I had it in black, and here it is in red. And over here with the arrow for the backspace, you can click on it, back and forth, erase, and if you change your mind, you can bring it back. Over here is no ink fountain pen, and you can increase the size of it to whatever you wish. Now I'm just erasing everything. I'm not taking it off the pencil. Not just yet, because the minute I do, it'll revert back to the ink, to where I had it before. And here, like I said, you can either increase or decrease the size of it. The thickness. You can see behind that long line going down For the D behind that is the thin, and going to the right of it is thick. Of course, I'm using the thickness. I increased the size of it, and as you can see, it will share right there on sample the thickness. Well, let's see if I bring it back down to something a little more reasonable. As you can see, I brought all the way down to 0.5 where it would disappear. And you have to find a thickness for what you want. Like I said, this will be a great writing app for your children who are in elementary school and so on, for practicing handwriting and so on. You press the three dots at the very bottom where you will get your tools. As you can see, where you got the insert page, the clear page, delete page, and so on. At this very bottom, the second one from the bottom, you can see where it says use Apple Pencil, which I have it on. And if you press paper background, you can pick out what you want. Like color for like the 99 cents, graph for 99 cents, and choreography for 99 cents, and so on. Or you can buy the entire pack for $2.99. And at the top, where you got some the basic, you got the blank page, and will look like a notebook with the red line going down the left and lines going across the square boxes and so on. You got like 6 pages of that. Go back. Let's see. And you can export it. Like say your child has like a homework to do, and it needs to be done in their handwriting. After they get done, you can click on Save Image, or email it, or print it. Over here, whatever basic page you were using, like the notebook or blank page or whatever, it will print everything that was written on it along with the lines. You'll pick at the bottom, you'll pick out the number of copies you would like, 2, 3, 10, 15, or just 1. And at the top, you'll select your printer, which will be over here. And on my printer, I got the option of printing on both sides of it with the color. That's in case your child you're trying to get to practice the writing with, and that's in elementary school, and they got something that needs to be printed up, like for the homework, where they have to practice the letters or a writing assignment. I'm not going to print it, but on the top right, you say it's printed, print, and after they're done, they can print it. And when it's printed, whatever is written on there, as you can see, my handwriting is not the greatest, but here I wrote down Chris went home after school. Now I'll come back down here where it would say export, and it was printed. And as you can see, it will show you a preview of what was written on here. After selecting the number of copies that's needed, you will select the printer, and so on. And over here, above the three dots, I should say, you switch back and forth to the number of pages you're working on. Let's see about making this a little bit thicker. Okay. And as you can see, if they got math problems they're working on, or just trying to write letters, this will be a good way for them to practice their ABCs that are written down in their own handwriting so they can be printed. And as you can see, we'll go back to the three dots, go back to export, and as you can see, we got page 1. Chris went home after school. You slide it over, and you can see the homework, 2 plus 2, the ABCs. Now, go to that, and this is where that option comes in handy for double-sided, where you can print it on both sides. Now, I got a brother printer, but you don't necessarily have to use a brother printer. You can use whatever printer you have handy, and if it prints on both sides of the sheet, this will come in handy if you got multiple pages your child needs to print out for schoolwork. It will come in great. Like page right here is going to be page 2, page 1. Or let's see, go to export. We would email it, PDF, saving image, and over here you would just type in the email address to whom you would want to write it to. And then you press send over here to the person you want to send it to. Let's see here. As you can see in the upper right hand corner, you got the arrow pointing upwards. You would click send, and whatever you had done here will be sent to person in question. Like I said, this will be a great app if you're looking to have your child practice their ABCs on paper. This will be great for doing it digitally, because they can go back and erase. And say like they messed it up. Like, or when it comes to here, they meant to write the letter D and they wrote like B instead by mistake. They would press the eraser. And then correct it. They can also use it for practicing drawing. If you got like a little artist at home. I guess this will be just about it. You can enlarge it as much as you want and draw another smiley face. Then decrease it. As you can see, when I enlarged it, I wrote it the left one was written the same size as the one on the right. And when I brought it down to normal size, as you can see, the smiley face on the left turned out to be a little bit smaller. And you can do the same thing for the writing for the letters, getting them to practice writing in between the lines. As you can see, at the bottom where the last ABC I wrote is within the lines and much neater than the ABCD that I wrote on top of it. That way the child in question can practice their neatness on it. I guess this will be it. Enjoy it, and hope you can sit down with your child and practice this app at home. This way they can get as much practice as they can with their handwriting. It can also be used by adults for something else, for sending an email, writing a letter, and so on. But I think it'll be a nice little writing app for the children to get their handwriting practice in without having to use the real paper and pencil. Thank you for viewing this. Have a nice day.